We are here with with Jonathan Wright, who is in charge of NFL uniforms for the entire league, and we're going to ask him a ton of questions today. First of all, we have these San Francisco 49ers hoodies right in front of our face right now as we're talking. Can you explain what went into these uniforms and why you chose to style them in the way that you did?
Sure. We partner with Nike and New Era every year to come up with something new and fresh for the players to wear on opening night. This year, it's a really clean white very Miami feel, look and feel to it. Really, it allows the guys to kind of show a little bit of their swag out on the stage.
Absolutely. So, we were actually just talking about in the car, about all these NFL uniforms. Actually, we were talking about which ones are the best ones. Out of all of the uniforms that you've created, I don't know if you're allowed to say this, but do you have a favorite of the ones that you've been involved in?
I have 32 children, and I love them all the same. But to be honest, the process of the uniforms is really based on the clubs. I don't design them. I don't create them. It's really a combination of the club and Nike. Very similar to these, where Nike they'll have their relationships with their athletes, and they have such a close relationship, and they get a lot of feedback. They're obviously very on trend. They know what's people are wanting in the market, and this really allows them to bring it to life. And then at the end of the day, these guys wear it out on stage, and fans can go buy it at NFL Shop, which is a bonus.
Yeah, I mean. So how much does social media play into how you choose to redesign uniforms, or does social media play a large impact in your decision making?
A very big part. I think everybody's really learning how all of that works and the true impact of what that could be. Mm-hmm. I think in this case, you'll see tonight once we get to opening night, and with these guys wearing these, they're going to have their cameras out. They're going to be posting all night long. Mm-hmm. And everybody wants to be able to emulate their heroes, right? And this gives you the chance. This is the closest thing outside of a jersey. Guys, people really connect with the uniforms and the jerseys that you can buy. I think these pieces right here, especially with it being surrounding the Super Bowl, surrounding opening night, getting all of this exposure, because it has their number on it, you're going to see them out on stage. This allows everybody to really have that connection as close to a jersey as possible.
Absolutely. CJ, you got anything?
So, do you have to slide that? I guess we have to slide that over real quick. So do you deal with all the rules and the protocol, right, of the game day experience with jerseys, and players, they have to follow a specific set of rules, correct?
To a degree, I share that responsibility with our football operations division. Obviously they're in charge of enforcement and uniform code and violations and everything. But we work very closely together.
It's expressed itself all the way through the uniforms on field, all the way to these opening night uniforms. So these are uniforms non-traditional that you would think of to play the game, but you're going to see the guys out there, they're actually going to have a matching pant that goes along with that. Cool. So it's literally going to be a head-to-toe look. Our friends at New Era made a hat, made hats that also, are going to tie in extremely well. And our friends, at Nike, they've also made almost a varsity-type jacket to go along with this feel in men's and women's. And I think the expansion into the women's market and them really listening to the women's voice and saying, we really want a piece to be able to celebrate, I think they made it come to life.
So did New Era do the hat where I've seen a lot of coaches wear a white on white, almost like the logo, like Bill O'Brien was wearing it for the Houston Texans.
Yep.
Did they also do that hat?
They did, and that white on white, that was part of our Platinum collection.
Okay.
So week one, all 32 teams wore the Platinum collection. Mm-hmm. And it was really it was received so well by the fans.
I thought it was really neat.
I think the opening nightcap actually is almost an extension of that, where it gives you a very similar feel, but it has the full color logo on it instead of a tone-on-tone white.
Logo.
Yeah, I like the full color logo too. It really, it lets you express, your fandom.
And one last quick question here, not to take up too much of your time.
No.
So for all these special events that happen in the NFL, like Breast Cancer Awareness Month, does the NFL come to you with that and say, hey, we want you to kind of initiate a uniform based around this theme? Or is that kind of your job to kind of say, oh, we're going to make a uniform for this, make a uniform for that?
It's really a collective effort. Internally, we work with all of our internal departments, especially on things like Crucial Catch and Salute to Service with our community relations department and our social responsibility department to kind of craft a program that we know is important, and that we can all get behind. We do for Crucial Catch and for uniforms, we do wind up collecting those and sell them on NFL auction, and all of that money goes to get either, to help soldiers after they get back, or, help women get mammograms. So all of that money that is raised through our auction department goes straight to charity and helping other people.
Well, we can't end this interview with any better question. Who do you have winning the Super Bowl this year?
Wow, I don't even know. Tie. It'll be a tie. It'll go on forever.
Tie. Well, we'd like to thank you very much for coming on with us here on Strictly Sports. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.